what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Tuesday Night Hoop Talk. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez, Big Glenn, and Jay McLovin. How's it going, guys?
Doing fantastic.
Let me tell you how it's going, Chris. Let me tell you how it's going. I was telling your dad earlier, and I was telling Glenn, my wife decided to put a tea pitcher underneath the outdoor kitchen faucet, and while it was dripping, and that motherfucker made a waterfall. It was a waterfall of ice down into the freaking tea pitcher. So you know what I did, Chris? I had to sit there with the blow dryer like this for like 3 hours. My fucking arm almost fell off. Thank God it didn't do any damage. But man, that shit sucked. I'm sorry. That was how I did.
Yeah. Yeah, you're lucky it didn't bust.
Thank God. All right, Tony.
I'd rather have been holding a blow dryer. I'll switch you. You can come take the shovel out of my hand and hold the blow dryer.
No, I'll stay where I'm at. Hey, where you're at, that's too cold, man. I think I would die.
Oh man, when I done it early in the day, it wasn't that windy, so it really wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But when I had to redo it because of the damn wind, that wind was ripping through there. It was colder than shit.
Yep.
And I've heard shit can be pretty cold.
Yep. Well, guys, let's jump right into it. Let's talk a little NBA. One of the big stories is Giannis getting hurt, expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks with a right calf injury, right close to the trade deadline. So that I would think would hinder him getting traded. I would think. I mean, team might still go after him, but I think it would be difficult at this point because you never know with a calf. So, guys, what do you think? Jay, what do you think about this? What does this mean for Milwaukee? Or is Giannis stuck there, or can they make a move? What do you think?
Well, I think, people are still going to it's Giannis, so people will still probably be intrigued. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of medical evaluations. If they were serious about making a trade, make sure it's not nothing that can't be overcome, right? But yeah, so he's got this calf issue, and they said when he was playing the game that he was having to run up and down the court on his heels because he couldn't do it on the top parts of his toes. So you already know he's limited on what he can do. That means he probably don't have any explosiveness. So a lot of what makes Giannis, he couldn't do. He actually wound up leaving the game, I think, like 38 seconds left to go. So yeah, I mean, what does it mean for Milwaukee? I mean, Milwaukee has already been kind of struggling as it is. It's not like Milwaukee was, even when he was playing, was blowing down the doors. So it's going to hurt them, no doubt, but it's not like they had aspirations with the way they were playing, even when he was there. So I think it's more likely if I'm Milwaukee, and he's 31. I know he's getting there a little bit in age. Maybe I try to rebuild. I guess try to get as many draft picks as I can for Giannis. But it will come down to, medical evaluations, and will that team be willing to take on that issue? And I think somebody's going to take a flyer on him. I almost could think that somebody would take a flyer. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to hurt Milwaukee. But Tony, like I know, it's not like Milwaukee was playing great to begin with.
My only thing is the trade deadline is, I believe, the 5th of February, I think.
Yeah.
About 9 days away, something like that. So, I mean, if you're talking being out another 5 to 6 weeks from then, or 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever, I just don't know that a team, if that's going to help a team, because I don't know. I think it may be more of a deal that he'll get traded at the end of the year, after the season. I just don't think there's going to be that many teams that will. I think he will get traded. I think it'll be after the season. That's my opinion. Chris, what do you think?
I think a lot of it's going to depend on this MRI he's getting ready to get. Because once they do this MRI, they'll have a better understanding of how long they think he'll be out and what the total damage is. Because he said something popped, and that's why he had to come out of the game, because he couldn't run anymore. Well, if something popped, it could be more than just a calf strain. So I mean, so to me, a lot of it's going to depend on this MRI. If the MRI comes back good and they don't think there's going to be like long-term things, he's only going to be out maybe 4 to 5 weeks, I think there will still be some teams that'll be interested on trade deadline. Because look at a team like maybe Golden State Warriors, for example. They're a team that he could go there and really help. And they're a team that this year, they're not doing anything. So if even if he misses, you get trade for him. He misses 4 or 5 weeks. To me, that'd be more of a trade to get ready for next season because then you'd have Curry and him together healthy. So I could see a team like that. Now, a team that is like I've heard a lot of rumor with the Knicks, a team kind of like that, it could make it difficult because I mean, if they get him, they're going to want to be able to use him this year, especially if they give up a guy like Karl Anthony Towns or something like that for him. So I do think it complicates things, but I think a lot of it just comes down to that MRI and how solid they are and how long he's going to be out. And if something did pop, like he said, what popped? you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Big Glenn, what do you think?
I don't think he's gonna get traded in the next few weeks. I feel like he's gonna get traded like during summer league, when the free agency starts, or after 4th of July, whenever it starts. So I think that's when he'll get traded. I think he goes to the Western Conference. And honestly, this is going to tickle Frankie the Yankees or Foxborough Frankie's fancy in that way. But I think he's going to go to the Lakers.
Okay. Frankie would like that for sure.
Oh, I know he would.
Yeah, that could be interesting. What teams do you think, Chris and Jay? Let's go Jay first. What team do you think he would be the best fit for?
Well, the only reason I don't think he goes to, and Glenn, I'm not trying to poop on you, but the reason I don't think he goes to the Lakers is I don't know if the Lakers have enough picks to give them. They've used up a lot of those picks over time with all these trades. So I just don't know. I'd have to know how many picks they have in order to see if LA is going to do it. But last time I checked, I don't think they have a lot of picks to really give up for Giannis, for a 31-year-old Giannis with a jacked up calf. But maybe, they can work other things out. Where do I think he goes? Damn. He's not going to Houston. Maybe Dallas, because I think Dallas is in need of a big man. I know they have Anthony Davis, but he plays a forward position. You could probably put Giannis in there and make a big three, because then you got Cooper Flagg, and I think Cooper Flagg plays a forward position too, if my mind is serving me correctly. So if that's the case, you could have Cooper Flagg, you could have Kyrie Irving, Giannis, and AD, and that might now put up a lot of, especially after that Luka trade and what Harden did. That might give them a little bit of credibility back with the fans. So I'm going to say Dallas for me. And if Dallas isn't the one, then possibly New Orleans Pelicans, because I still think that they need another piece as well. But it really comes down to draft capital. Who's got the most capital?
That's true. Chris, what about you?
I think it's either be the Knicks, because I know he said that he would like to go to the Knicks, so I could see that maybe working out. But if it ain't the Knicks, I'm going to say either the Golden State Warriors or the San Antonio Spurs.
Could you imagine him on the Spurs?
The only thing with the Spurs, though, how would that affect Giannis? I mean, what's his? I guess they could Wembanyama. That's what I was thinking. I guess they could slide him over to forward then, and still leave Wembanyama as a center, or vice versa.
Yeah.
They just move him around.
Yeah.
I feel.
I mean, and mostly NBA now is mostly positionless anyway. So I mean,
it really is.
You would just have two big guys out there, but both of them can. Well, not both of them, but Wembanyama can play from beyond the arc as well.
Be like,
so can be honest, but he don't shoot the three like Wemby. So I mean, they kind of could complement each other's game because the way
if he goes to the Spurs,
the way Giannis can go to the drive to the basket, he could kick out, and then you can post. I mean, it gives them a lot of flexibility, and they're a team that has a lot of young assets,
right?
And they have picks. So they're a team that, if they wanted to, could make a move like that because they have a lot of young assets on that team.
If he did go there, I guarantee you they would definitely be in contention with OKC, and that would give
contention with OKC now.
Man, that'd be nasty.
I agree with Glenn as far as I think he would be a good fit on the Lakers because the Lakers need somebody in that center position because the guy they got is not working out. I think they're moving on. I think they're going to move on from LeBron after this season too. Yeah.
I mean, get a guy like Giannis to pair with Luka. But
I don't know how. Again, I don't know if they've got the capital to do it. I think he'd be a perfect fit with the Lakers because the center position, the guy they picked up this year, has not worked out. He has not played very well. So
And that's true. If he did go to the Knicks, that would make a lot of sense because then the Knicks could move on from Karl Anthony Towns, and that would be, a swap. Now, obviously, Cat is not Giannis, but that's still a really good player to put over there.
Yeah.
And you're right; they probably got a couple of picks too with that. So yeah.
Yep.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. We'll keep tabs on that. We'll talk next week because I think we'll be on the Tuesday. I think that's like the 3rd. So it'll be a couple days right before the trade deadline. So we'll keep track of that. Let's talk a little bit of NBA standings, guys. In the East right now, not a lot's changed. Detroit's still leading the division, 33-11 coming into tonight. Boston 29-17. The Knicks 28-18 and third. Fourth is Toronto 29-19. Cleveland has really started to play a lot better, guys. They've come alive. They've played well in the last 20 games or so. They're 28-20. Philadelphia's next 24-21. Then we have Miami 25-22, and then in the 8th position, Orlando 23-21. So that's the East. In the West, OKC 37-10. First place, the Spurs second with 31-15. Denver's tied with them 31-15 also. Houston up in that 4th spot now, 28-16. The Lakers are 5th, 27-17. The Suns right behind them, 28-19. Minnesota is 27-19. And we have Golden State 26-22. So Houston's moving around a little bit, in that 5th, 6th, 4th spot. So a lot of those teams are. I think that's going to continue to happen with Houston, the Lakers. We'll see if the Suns can stay up here. I still worry that they may fall off getting into that second half of the season. Anything standing out to you, Jay, with the standings?
Yeah, I didn't. I haven't really been following the Clippers so closely, but I figured they'd be much higher than that 10th position that they're currently in at 21-24. Yep. I haven't been following, so I'm assuming maybe there must be some injuries or something because I felt like they had a better team than that. But the one I'm sorry, go ahead.
They've had a lot of issues.
Yeah, it sure seems like. But and correct me if I'm wrong. But didn't last time we talked about the standings, wasn't Boston like in the 3rd spot? I thought because it seems like Boston moved up a spot.
No, Boston was 2nd last time.
Oh, okay, man. Chris, you over there catching flies? Look like you catching flies.
No, IU just hit another big. IU just hit a big corner 3 to go up by 12.
Oh, okay. But no, those would be mine, Tony. I think the way Boston is still playing, it really has thrown me for a loop, man, because they're doing really, really well. And I'm curious to see where Atlanta's going now that they've gotten rid of Trae Young. Now they're sitting at the 10th spot, and I'm wondering if they're going to stay in the playoffs or if they're going to fall out. And if so, I wonder who would slide in. So yeah, that's interesting.
The one that's making a move to me, and I mentioned it before, is Cleveland. They had really not played well, but they've had some injury problems. But now they're really starting to come alive. I'm interested to see if they can move up 28-20 to maybe get in that top 3 spots. That's where I thought they'd be. I thought to be in the top 3 spots. Not so. They're at one point they were like in the 8th position. So they are moving up and playing better. Big Glenn, anything stand out to you with the standings?
Yes, Orlando is taking a little bit of a tumble after going to Europe and London this last week. I had pretty high hopes on them for the most part of the season, but I feel like they might the water find its level in their case. So we'll see how they turn out after the All-Star break if they can recover.
Okay.
Tony, real quick, one thing that has surprised me real quick is that I just thought about this too, is Houston. And the only reason I bring up Houston is because they actually just beat Detroit, I think by 5 or 6 points, and they beat San Antonio on the 20th. And they've come a long way to beat those two teams. Now, they do play San Antonio in 2 days. That's their next game is in San Antonio. So I'm curious to see if they can beat San Antonio again. And if they can beat San Antonio again, Tony, I feel like that could be their ascension level climbing up. But they're going to have to beat San Antonio.
Yeah. Okay, Chris, what about you? Anything stand out to you?
I would agree with you. The Cavs, they've started playing better here. Their last 10 with their 7-3. They're playing better. It's still the Celtics. I'm just still so surprised that the Celtics are number 2 in the East. with how much different that team looks from last year, and not having Tatum. So, but in the West, I mean, the Nuggets kind of surprised me. They're still playing pretty good damn basketball without Joker. I mean, they're what 7-3 out of their last 10. They're still hanging right there in that tied basically for the second spot with San Antonio. So I mean that I thought they would. I didn't think they'd drop completely out, but I thought they would maybe drop to like 4 or 5 or 6. You know, I mean the 4th, 5th range without Joker, and there hasn't been really a drop off. Like I said, they've won 7 of their last 10 games. So I would say them probably the surprises for me.
Golden State after losing Butler.
Phoenix Suns still haven't.
Yes,
that shoe hasn't dropped off yet. I still waiting for them to kind of take that nosedive, and they haven't.
And since Butler got hurt, Golden State has won, I think, 4 out of the last 5. So I don't know how, but they again, I don't think that'll last. I don't think they got enough depth for that to last. And I do know they're looking to try to make a deal. They're looking at some stuff. I've heard some rumors.
So you know, somebody else that's going to be trying to make a deal. I think Pacers are going to try to move Mathurin.
Possibility if they're not going to pay him.
They activated him in Atlanta yesterday, and that was kind of weird because we had no clue that he was even going to play before the All-Star break, and all of a sudden they move up the Pacer game in Atlanta because of the storm down there, and all of a sudden, like yesterday morning, oh yeah, Mathurin's going to be available today. You know.
Hey, real quick. Also, hey, Chris. Also, Joker's going to be reevaluated. It says in a week, so he's at least out another week, and probably more, I would imagine. And then I was saying Aaron Gordon, and then the other guy Braun, they're also out. So they actually got 3 people that are out with significant injuries. So yeah, to your point, I am surprised that Denver is where they are given the injuries. Yeah, that's crazy.
Chris, let me ask you this, and then Glenn, and then Jay. We'll go Chris first. If the Pacers move on from Mathurin and trade him, what do you think Mathurin would be a good fit for? What team? And what kind of capital do you think the Pacers might be able to get for him?
If I'm Golden State and Mathurin's available and I can get him, I think he'd be a good fit in Golden State. He's a guy that can score 1-on-1. That's a player they need. Steph's not that kind of guy that's creating his own shot 1-on-1, driving to the basket. Mathurin's not a bad defender. He's a young guy. I think he'd be a good fit for a team like Golden State.
Okay.
I really don't want to see him leave the Pacers, but if they do that, I think that would be a good fit.
Do you think that one guy, what's his name, Kuminga? What's his name?
Kuminga.
Yeah, whatever it is, Kuminga, whatever. I know they want to get rid of him. Would you take him for Mathurin?
I know somebody who would take, but I'll let Gonzo finish the question.
If you're going to take Kuminga, to me you're going to get more for Mathurin. I'd be getting try to get a little bit a pick or something with them as well. But I mean, I think Kuminga's a guy that can fit in Indiana, especially when you get Halliburton back, and if Kuminga's comes off the bench or however, and he's not terrible defender, so I think he could fit with us all right. But like I said, I'd like to see Mathurin stay, but I don't know what they're going to. I kind of agree with Glenn. I kind of think he's probably on his way out.
Okay, Big Glenn.
I was going to play devil's advocate with the trade idea who we would get from Golden State, and Gonzo probably knows my answer in that way and everything. And I was going to say Butler. Send Jimmy Butler to the Pacers, get a good return on it. I know Jimmy was getting up there in age, but I would give it a shot.
I don't think that's happened.
No, not at all. That's just me being funny.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. I mean,
you can send you can send Draymond to the Pacers. I'd be all right with that.
Nah, he's
I don't know about all that.
About a retirement at this point.
Hey, you can get Dylan Brooks. We'll work out a deal with the Suns.
Hey, that may not be a bad idea either.
No, Brooks can play.
I know. Yeah. He can get into your head.
That's for sure. Jay, what do you think? What do you think, Jay?
what position is he a forward or is he a shooting guard? Matherin.
He can play guard or small forward, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah.
Guard or small forward. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I would look at Phoenix.
In my head case though.
I think Phoenix has a couple of players. Like I said, Dylan Brooks is there. You also got Jalen Green, the guy who's with the Rockets. I mean, I think if they can develop him and get his shot right, playoffs wise, anyway. I know regular season he does pretty good, but playoffs, if they can get him right, I think that would be a good spot for him. So I would go Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
But Glenn's right. Matherin's biggest problem is in between his ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them are.
Okay, guys, let's talk a little college basketball. Had 3 teams I wanted to look at because coming into tonight, they were undefeated. The first one's number 1 ranked Arizona, 21-0. They beat 3 ranked teams this year. Most people think they're the best team in college basketball, but then number 5 ranked Nebraska was coming into tonight 20-0, had beat 2 ranked teams, but they went to Michigan tonight and they're no longer undefeated. They lost 75-72. It was a real good game. They was up. What's crazy about they lost 75-72, but they were up 50-48 at halftime. 50. I mean, they scored 50 points and then only scored 22 points in the second half, and Michigan only scored 27. So both teams scored like crazy in the first half, but struggled in the second half. But I think Nebraska's for real. And then the other undefeated team from the MAC, my part of the country, Miami of Ohio, 20-0. They haven't beat any ranked teams, but I tell you one thing: teams that they're playing, they're beating. They're pounding on them. So I think they're a pretty strong team. Now, whether they're a legit top 20 team, I don't know. I mean, they haven't played the Michigans and the Arizonas and teams like that. So we'd have to see. But they are definitely a good team. I know Houston is still playing pretty good. They're a top 15 team. I'm not sure if they're still top 10. I know Purdue dropped down to 12. They're playing IU right now. And last I heard, they were down to IU. Chris is keeping tabs on that, so he might be able to tell us here in a minute. Jay, your thoughts on these college basketball teams I'm talking about, and if you know anything about the Houston Cougars to let us know about, you can tell us about that.
Yeah, the top 20, there's no IU, so I just told you they suck ass. We're not. I'm not going to stay there because Chris will get mad at me, so he'll come back in here and tell me how bad U of H is. No, I'm just teasing. No, if you look at the AP poll, U of H is actually at number 10. And if you look at the coaches poll, they're at number 7. So I think there's somewhere in between 7 and 10. Let's say maybe 8 or 9 realistically. If you take the 2 polls and put them together, I think that's probably where they should be. But they're 17-2. I got to be honest with you. I've not watched a whole hell of a lot of basketball, at least not in college. I typically don't get in college basketball until they get to the March Madness. And then I start kind of looking at them. But I would say that, given what Kevin Sampson has done with this Houston team, they've always got great defense. That's always been a staple of all of his teams ever since I've known the guy to be there. And they have a good, decent shooting field goal percentage. Those have always been the 2 biggest strong points of U of H, field goal percentage and defense, And I'm looking at their points. Right now they got 530 points scored. And I think right now Arizona, which is the top team, they're at like 775. So they're not too far off of the pace of Arizona. They got some work to do, but they're not too far. So I would fully expect U of H to make a move at some point between now and March Madness. As far as the teams that really surprised me and that are undefeated, I think we already talked about it earlier, is Nebraska. I didn't even know they even had a basketball program. I mean, I know they had one, but I didn't think it was like serious. I think it was kind of like Indiana with football, until now.
Well,
so
that's been
that's
been the comparison. A lot of people, of course, Nebraska wasn't that bad, but I mean, because IU was really bad in football, but Nebraska wasn't a top 6 or 7 team in the Big Ten. They're usually lower than that. So I see what you're saying. It's going to be interesting, guys. And I'm going to stick with
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just going to say I agree with you on Miami of Ohio. I didn't think they were going to crack top 25, but it looks like they obviously have. If they're, as a matter of fact, they're tied right now with Iowa because Iowa's also ranked at 25 at 4, and they're 14-5, which is weird. I don't know how they have them ranked at 25. But that's on the that was on the coaches poll. Now on the other one, they're ranked 24 on the AP.
Yep. Yeah, the Big Ten's pretty strong this year. They have, I think, 5 teams in the top 12. So, I mean, starting with Michigan at 3rd, Nebraska at 5th, Michigan State, they're at 7th, Illinois is 9th, Purdue 12th. So, I mean, they're pretty – Big Ten's pretty strong this year. But the team that I picked to win it all at the start of the season is Michigan. I'm going to stick with that. They're a big team up front. They're hard to handle down low. And they can run. So I like Michigan to win it all. And I've been really impressed with UConn also this year. They're 20-1. They're 2nd ranked. Chris, your thoughts on the college basketball?
Oh yeah, the Nebraska-Michigan game earlier was a good game. First half, both teams looked. You watched that first half of the game, you thought both teams was going to score in the hundreds, and then neither team made 80. Second half, nobody could hit a shot. It was it was crazy how different it was. Miami of Ohio, I think they're a pretty good team. I'd like to see them see what they look like when they finally get to play a little bit better competition. This IU Purdue game has been a good game, and IU's controlled most of this game so far. They're up by 10 with 5.5 minutes left in the game, and they were up by like 10 or 11 at halftime. So they pretty much have maintained that lead the whole second half. IU's shooting, they've hit 11 3-pointers, but they've also took 31 threes. Yeah. They shoot the hell out of threes. Purdue 6 of 16 on the threes, but one big difference in this game is Purdue's 5 of 11 on free throws. IU's 10 of 12.
Okay. Yeah. That'd be a big win for IU.
I mean, that's a big thing. And IU's only turned the ball over 6 times the whole game. If they can hold on, it'd be a big win. I mean, a couple of weeks ago they played Nebraska, was winning that game with I think like 8 or 9 minutes left in the game, and then kind of fell apart and ended up losing to Nebraska. They played another ranked team pretty tough. Like this is the first year with this new coach, and I like what I'm seeing. They play defense and they play hard the whole time.
Chris, do you know who the coach is?
Of who? Indiana?
No, Nebraska.
Hoiberg is Nebraska's coach.
Hoiberg. And his son plays on that team too. He's on that team for Nebraska.
Yeah, his son's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he is pretty good.
But
I didn't know.
Yeah, this IU coach. I like what this IU coach is doing with IU.
Yeah.
He's this DeVries and his son. His son can play. He's hit some big threes tonight too. But no, like you said, Big Ten's one of the top conferences. Big Ten's the top conference in football right now, and they're right up there to be the top conference in basketball. SEC's good in basketball too. They usually always have quite a few teams up there, but
a little bit. Kentucky's down. So look, they're down just a touch. But
I mean, like you said, look how many Big Ten teams are in the top 12, and then you have teams like Indiana that could eventually maybe get in the top 20. Like you have, the Big Ten in basketball is pretty deep.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with you. I like Michigan, but man, that UConn team team is looking scary.
Yeah, I've seen them play a couple times too.
I was going to ask you about that UConn because I felt like that's a powerhouse right there. It's interesting too because both Michigan teams are in the top 10. Michigan State is at number 7. So I mean, Michigan's got some hellified basketball going up there.
Michigan State's always in the top 10. It seems like they're always in the top 10 with Izzo.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And if they're not in the top 10, in the top 10, you can still usually count on them somehow to be in the fucking Sweet 16 when the tournament comes around. With Izzo. It's like he automatically makes the Sweet 16.
What does that say? I am Sparta.
Hey, I wonder if he has something worked out with the March Madness like Notre Dame has worked out with the college football playoff, where as long as they're a certain rank, they're guaranteed to be in.
That's a joke. That's a freaking joke.
It really is.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
It is.
You're not going to get an argument out of me on that one, Tony. I promise. Bastards.
Hey guys.
And if I'm a team like Alabama or Georgia that's good every year and also brings big money to college football, I'll be wanting the same damn deal.
Yeah.
Look at the top conference I play in. If I finish top four in my conference, I should be guaranteed a spot.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
I I do think the Notre Dame thing's ridiculous, but I also think this is ridiculous that the Big Ten and the SEC are trying to get it where they're guaranteed 6 teams or 5 teams
No, I
every
don't
year.
think that's right either.
I think that's ridiculous too. You should be
I
no
agree.
fucking guarantees. Take the
No.
top 12 teams or top 16, whatever you're going to go with. Take the best 12 and go play fucking football. This
Yeah, I
this
agree.
conference deserves to have 6. The
No.
Big Ten and SEC should have 6 teams. Well, if they have both of them have 6 teams in, that's 12 teams right there, you dumbasses.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Like, how
And
you
I'm a
going
Big
to
Ten
How
guy.
do you really feel, Chris? Chris, how do you really
I mean,
feel?
like-
'Cause I'm getting mixed messages.
Well,
how do you
and-
feel?
Well, that's why the SEC wants to move to 16 teams because they want to get that guarantee where both of them get so many. But the Big Ten is okay with moving to 16, but they want to move to 24 within like the next 2 years, and the SEC won't agree to that. That's why it's staying at 12 next year.
Guys, let me ask you this. Do you think maybe they're wanting to be guaranteed 6 teams, Big Ten or SEC, is because they know what's going on and there may be more teams. I'm not saying like IU, but look at Texas Tech. They're getting better and they're going to be a school that's going to be up there. BYU may figure out, hey man, we got to get more physical. We got to get bigger dudes, and we've got a pretty good offense, but we got to get bigger on the front line. If they get bigger on the front lines, they may be able to beat an SEC team or a Big Ten team. So these teams are going to get better, and they're going to think, hey man, we may end up only having 3 or 4 teams in because these other teams are going to get better and compete with us.
This year, Big Ten had what, 3? I think SEC had 4 or 5. I think how it worked out,
the
something like that.
SEC does not want the Big Ten to be a competent, even though they are now.
What
They
it
don't
comes
want
down-
them. They want to keep
what
it
it all
to
comes
themselves.
down to.
Oh, absolutely.
What it all comes down to, they both want 6 teams guaranteed because of money.
Oh yeah,
Because
it's all
the,
about
should
that
be.
money.
because the more teams you have in there as a conference, the more money you're getting.
Oh,
That's
yeah, absolutely.
That's what it comes down to.
Okay, let's get back on topic. Big Glenn. What
Hey,
do you
real
think
quick
about-
before we get back on topic,
Okay.
because you and Glenn will like this. Jay might like it. He should go check it out because it's pretty cool. You guys need to go on YouTube and look up Signetti TNT parody. It's it's Mike and the Boys lyrics video. It is freaking awesome. These guys made a parody of TNT. It's called Signetti. It has the band playing it. It shows the lyrics, but it has a video behind it showing like highlights. But it is awesome. You guys need to go check it out.
I've seen the
check it
one done with I've seen the one done with the Hoosiers music. Have you seen it? I've seen that one. The
I haven't
Hoosiers
seen
movie
that one.
music. I've seen that one.
But this is the actual band playing the
Okay.
ACDC TNT, but they changed the words and they called the song Signetti.
Okay. Well, okay. I gotta check that out then.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty cool.
Okay, Big Glenn. What do you think about the college basketball teams we was talking about, or anybody standing out to you?
I just see that I saw a graphic last night about how Nebraska was up at number 1, but compared to the other teams that was around them, I didn't think that was last long. And sure enough, it didn't even last 24 hours, obviously. So they never got that loss. So that proves my point correct on that one. I think Michigan's going to be the team to come out of the Big Ten and probably win all.
Yeah, 2 I picked, but there's some good teams, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll keep track of that for everybody, especially when the maybe we should do maybe when they have the Thursday and Friday when they have the NCAA tournament, maybe we should do a watch along.
Yes.
Hell yeah, I'm always down for that.
I think that'd be interesting. Keep track of the games, because hell, they show all the damn games, and I think that'd be interesting. Maybe we'll do that. Okay, guys, let's talk some top 10 greatest NBA finals of all time.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna see if we can help Big Glenn out there. We're gonna let him go first. Now these are NBA finals. I'll even give you a hint. I'm gonna give you one hint. There's only one from the 80s. And there's most of them are from the 2000s. 2000 on.
Okay.
Most of them. Okay, so Big Glenn, you got a guess?
Last Dance Bulls, 97, 98, Jazz and Bulls.
Okay, let me see here. That is not on there.
Damn, I was checking already.
Okay, we're gonna let Jay go next.
Yeah, I would say 94 95 Rockets versus Orlando because that's when Hakeem Olajuwon beat the crap out of Shaq. But I know they're not going to put that on there, so I'm not going to guess that. But what I will guess, what I do think is on there, was a 98 Bulls versus Jazz. I've been saying that forever when he hit that iconic shot.
That's
they
the
got
one I
the
mentioned.
championship. That was the probably best one I've ever seen. So I'm going to go with that one.
That is not on here.
That's
You
also
gotta
the same
be
one I mentioned.
I was gonna
Man,
say
that's
the
some
same one.
Oh shit!
I thought that was the same one Glenn picked.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go again next. I didn't. Okay,
What
let's
the
go.
hell?
Let me give him one more
Yes.
shot.
Go,
That's the
Go ahead,
same one.
Gonzo.
Go ahead, Jay. Get
Let me
another
get
one.
one more shot. Give me one more shot. Okay,
Give him
all
5
right.
shots.
Only because I grew up in the '80s, and I think the one that Tony was talking about had to be the Celtics and Lakers, 1984. And that was that's just because of the rivalry. So, but Bird and Johnson and how they went at it. So I'm going to go with '84 Celtics versus Lakers.
Okay, that is number 3.
Damn. Okay. All right.
Okay,
I'll take
Chris.
I'll take it.
2016 Cavs and Warriors. Cavs came back from 3-1 deficit to win the
That's a
championship.
good one too. Damn, that was good.
That is number 1.
Wow. Okay. I
Big
get
one.
that.
They're the only team that's ever came back from that deficit, aren't they?
3-1. Yep.
Well, the Rockets did it, but they didn't do it in the finals. They did it
in the finals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give before I'm gonna give another hint before Big Glenn goes. All of them are for 2000s left, except for one, and that one is in the 90s. So there's one in the 90s left. The rest are all 2000 or on. So Big Glenn,
Bulls, Suns, 93.
Bulls, who?
Bulls and Suns.
That is not on here.
Damn it.
All right.
Okay, Jay.
All right. And since you said the 90s, I'm gonna go with the Rockets and Knicks 94. That's when Olajuwon beat the crap out of Patrick Ewing and showed his dominance for their first title.
That is not on there.
You son.
Chris.
I'm going to go with the oh man, 2004 Pistons and Lakers. Pistons upset the Lakers in the finals.
That is number 6. Okay, Big Glenn.
Lakers,
Chris got
Celtics.
2, right?
Yeah, Lakers, Celtics, 2008.
That is on there. Number 4.
Damn, my time.
Glenn's on the board.
Glenn got on that thing. All right,
Okay,
so I know it's my turn since we're doing that direction. I'm gonna go 2010 Lakers Celtics, and that was the rematch. With the Lakers getting a dramatic Game 7.
That is not on there.
God, man, you got to be kidding me. Damn.
Okay, Chris.
I'm going to go with 2025 OKC Thunder against Indiana Pacers, and the Thunder winning the finals because of Halliburton popping his Achilles.
That's not on there. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys one. I'm gonna give you number 10. Number 10 is San Antonio versus Miami, 2014. San Antonio won the series.
San Antonio, Detroit, 2005.
That is not on there, Glenn.
God, Glenn, you suck. Hey, and I'm really, and I don't think this has been said. So, and I'm really surprised Glenn didn't say this, or y'all didn't say this. These are Pacers fans. I'm going with 2000 Lakers versus Pacers. That was their first title in the Shaq Kobe era.
Not on there. Chris.
I don't have the exact year, but I know it was in the 2000s. Dallas Mavericks beating the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals.
Okay,
that was 06. I remember that one.
You said Miami and Dallas?
Yes.
Yeah, that was 2006. Okay. I remember that.
No, well, the one I have is 2011.
Damn it, Tony! I was gonna say that one
That-
next.
Dallas beat Miami in 2011.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what he's
the
talking
team
about.
with LeBron and Wade. That's when they beat the
Yeah.
Eagles.
Yeah, that's what he had.
Okay.
Chris
Yeah,
is
that's what I was
killing
talking
tonight,
about.
man. Chris has got 3, Jay's got 1, and Glenn's got 1. Okay,
It's
so-
rigged. It's a family game. I get it.
There's let me see how many left. We got 4 left, guys. We got number 5, number 7, number 8, number 9. So Big Glenn.
Bulls Lakers 90-91.
No, he said there's no more 90s. It's only 2000s, killer.
Oh, only 2000s. Okay. Then
There's one 90s left.
I was gonna say there's one
That
90.
ain't- One
Oh,
90.
I thought we got that already. Okay.
No. But that's not it, Glenn. Jay.
Man, I don't know.
Wait a
Hey,
minute.
come back to me.
What did Glenn say?
He
What was
said,
Glenn's pick?
Bulls Lakers. Jordan
Okay.
first ring.
okay, give me one second. I'm just thinking here real quick. Damn. Because all my good ones I've already used, and ain't not a damn one of them on there. Jeez, man. All right, I'm gonna try one more shot at this. Man, because what about 93 Bulls versus Phoenix?
Bulls versus Phoenix in 93.
Yes, sir.
That is not on there.
That was Barkley. That's not on there? Hey, man.
No.
You know what's funny? Melanie did that same thing last night when I got into bed.
Oh shit. Okay,
Time to be
Chris.
alive.
I'm gonna try to get the 90s one. I'm gonna go with the 92 Bulls against the Trailblazers.
That is not on there. But I am gonna give you a hint. The 90s one is a Chicago one.
I mean, hell,
That
they
should
damn
help
near
you guys.
dominated that whole damn.
Seattle Bulls
Oh,
96.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, that was Gary Payton, the glove, wasn't it, during that
Yep.
time period?
So
Yeah.
Sean Kemp.
Yeah, damn it. Okay.
Would the Detlef Shrimp still on that Seattle team then too?
I think so. So it is Jay's turn.
Yep.
I feel like San Antonio's got to be in there somewhere. I just don't know I'm just trying, and it had to be when David Robinson and what's his name, Tim Duncan and Ginobili and all those. Am I at least in the ballpark on that one? Because I feel like one of those San Antonio, they got 5 champions. I feel like one of those should be on there. What about that one where Robert Horry hit that clutch? He hit that clutch 3, and I'm just trying to remember which one that would have been. Did we already say 2013 Spurs Miami Heat? Did we already say that one?
Oh, no, 2014 when San Antonio beat Miami. That was number 10. I give you guys that one.
I thought that was 13. That was 14.
14 was when San Antonio beat Miami.
Oh, okay. I guess for some reason I thought that was 2013, but if you say 14, I'm gonna go with it because my brain ain't all that great right now.
But should I give it to him, Chris? Because he's kind of
Chris.
right.
Should you give it to me, Chris? Come on, you.
Because you 2013, the Heat beat San Antonio.
Okay, Chris. Okay. I think
I'm gonna give that to you, Jay.
He had a half right. We'll give it to him.
Well, I'll give that to you.
Give me
'cause
something. Damn.
You had the teams right. You just had the winners wrong.
Swear to God, Chris, if I was over here, I know that fucking shit's rigged. I don't
Oh,
even
you
got the damn
can't be
list.
missing fucking free throws.
That's right, Chris. You know why you missed a free throw? Because you're a dick.
Chris, we got 2 left.
2019 Toronto Raptors, Golden State Warriors. Raptors win their first
Oh,
championship.
that's a good one.
That's number 5. We got 1 left, guys.
Lakers Philly 2001.
That is correct.
Damn.
So let's
right.
see. I'll give you guys 1. So Chris has got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Jay's got 2, and Glenn got 3. Jay, you finished last.
Fuck. That's what she said.
let me give it to you in order, guys. Number 10 was San Antonio, Miami. San Antonio won that series 2014. Next is 9 was 2001. The Lakers won the series over Philadelphia. Next was number 8. It was the Heat in 2013 beating San Antonio. Next was number 7, Chicago beating Seattle in 96. Number 6 was Detroit beating the Lakers in 2004. Number 5 was Toronto beating Golden State in 2019. Number 4 was Boston beat the Lakers in 2008. Number 3 was Boston beating the Lakers in 1984. Number 2 was Dallas beating Miami in 2011. And the number 1 was Cleveland coming back and beating Golden State down 3-1 in 2016.
Yeah, you can't compete with that number 1. The way they came back like that, I get that. Damn, came in last. Ain't that a bitch?
Do you think that really helped LeBron's legacy? If they don't come back and do that, do you think that hurts his legacy? Do you think that really
A
helped?
little bit, yeah. I do. I also will go on to say that I do think that series helped LeBron pull even with Kobe as far as legacy and shit.
I definitely think it was a feather in the cap, but I think what hurts LeBron's legacy is just how long he's played, and he still hasn't gotten to where Jordan is, and he did it in half the time. So I think that, for me, that's what I think is hurting his legacy.
Well, guys, that's all I got for tonight. I thought it was a good show. I thought that was a pretty good list. I thought that was pretty good.
One hell of a recovery at the end for me there, though. Ooh.
Yeah, you come back, knock Jay out.
Get the ball in.
Okay, guys. Tomorrow, guys, hot takes with OG Tony and the crew. I've got 10 questions. I got some good ones, so I think that's going to be fun. Also, Thursday night blitz on Thursday night. We'll be talking to NFL coaches. Still a lot of movement going around, some interesting moves. And on that night, I've got the top 10 best Super Bowl halftime shows, and this is from Fox Sports. I think this is.
I know what should be won, but I'm not sure if they haven't won.
Well,
and Gonzo and Tony, you probably know what I'm talking about.
I've got some on here that I don't think should be on there, so you might well be thinking about that. And so tune in tomorrow, guys. 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, for our show on Wednesday night, Hot Takes with OG Tony and the gang. So everybody have a good night. Stay warm if you're somewhere cold, which that's most of the United States. So
get your blow dryer ready, Jay.
Yeah, get your blow dryer out, Jay.
Absolutely, man. I keep that thing at the ready now. Yeah. All right.
I'll use up by 4 with 23 seconds left, and he's getting ready to shoot another free throw to go up, try to go up by 5.
Okay.
Whoopie-doo.
Shut up, Jay.
All right, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room and at ESCN. Also, if you missed GWR last night, we had a former Ring of Honor World Champion Michael Elgin on the show. He also had big runs in Mexico and in Japan. It was a great interview. We also had a lot of other guests on the show last night as well, but go check that out. It was a packed show, a real packed show last night, but I really thought the whole show was great, but the interview with Elgin, I thought was awesome. I put some clips of it out as well, but go check that out.
Yeah, if you're a New Japan, Mexican wrestling fan, Ring of Honor fan especially, he talks about a lot of that stuff, behind the scenes stuff, and how things work. He was like everybody knows anything about pro wrestling. The wrestling magazines were really huge. I think it was 2012, 13, 14. He was in the top 15 on that list.
Yeah, he was
top
number
500.
Yep, because that was about the same time.
Or number 12 in that magazine that Marcus showed last night.
In that magazine, yeah.
That was the same time Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were in Ring of Honor.
In Ring of Honor,
yeah. He was in Ring of Honor.
Well, he even talked about that he was the heavyweight champion, and they put out a Ring of Honor wrestling ring, Jay, and it came with a Michael Elgin wrestling figure. And they say things. They say, and there wasn't a lot of them made. So if you can find one, they're going for like $1,000.
Yeah, it's like the John Cena Super Mario Bros. 3 T-shirt that came out. Because
there wasn't a lot of them made. A lot of those rings made because Ring of Honor wasn't a big money thing. So when they made them, they didn't make a lot of them. So if you got one, and I think they said if it's still in the box, it's over $1,000.
RU is up by 5 with 8 seconds left in the game against number 12 Purdue.
Well, Purdue ain't got no Reggie Miller, so I think we're okay.
Definitely check
Game
out
is
that.
now over. Game is over now. So IU gets the win against Purdue.
Chris, before you go, I did want to ask you a question. It's about basketball, about college basketball. What did you think of? Did you watch it on Peacock? That's where I watched it at least. I don't think the picture was very good, man. It seemed really dark.
Their hard camera was terrible.
In the Nebraska Michigan game, it seemed really dark in there. I mean, do we have any lights?
And for the IU game, it was I didn't like the camera angle, but yeah, it was like they didn't have. It was like they had a 1990s camera or something that they were using instead of a.
Was it? Was it the same cameras
Chris,
that they used for the Cowboys Super Bowl?
I like a good lamp camera.
Yeah, dude, it was. I didn't understand it. No, I saw people. I saw some people online complaining about it as well.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was just me or not, but I mean, you watch a game. I've got a game on right now on ESPN, and it's completely different than what was on the Peacock.
Yeah, I didn't like that camera at all.
I think the camera that they used for that one game on Peacock looked like they borrowed it from Jerry Jones's purse collection from when the Cowboys were in Super Bowl 30.
Get us out of here, Chris. This man bring up on Jerry Jones on a basketball show. Get us out of here.
Yeah. Everybody have a good night.
By the way, FIU. Who cares?
Hey Jay.
Oh, Hoosiers.
Hey Jay.
Who's yours?
Who's the national champs?